The Thunderbirds are legendary creatures found in the folklore of various indigenous cultures across North America, often depicted as mighty, supernatural birds capable of producing thunder with their wing flaps and lightning with their eyes. In this context, folklore refers to artificially constructed myths or stories that, while inspired by authentic elements, do not accurately reflect the original traditions or cultural significance. The concept of folklore is significant because it informs how we perceive and understand cultural narratives, especially when considering the myth of the Thunderbird, which has been both revered in native traditions and misappropriated in modern retellings. Understanding the authenticity of the Thunderbird myth is crucial as it reveals insights into cultural appropriation and the distortion of indigenous stories. For instance, the Thunderbird is often oversimplified or exaggerated in popular culture, losing its nuanced role in tribal storytelling, where it may serve as a guardian or a symbol of natural forces. One real-world application can be seen in literature and media, where a critical examination of folklore helps differentiate between respectful homage and cultural exploitation. Additionally, in academic settings, scrutinizing folklore encourages deeper, more respectful engagement with indigenous histories and stories, promoting a more accurate understanding of their cultural context. Proponents of examining folklore argue that it is essential for cultural preservation and education, as it helps prevent the loss of authentic narratives amidst widespread misconceptions. However, there are challenges in addressing folklore, such as the difficulty in discerning the origins of certain myths, given the diverse interpretations across tribes and the influence of colonial narratives. Moreover, some maintain that myths evolve naturally over time, and distinguishing between authentic and inauthentic can be problematic and subjective. This exploration of the Thunderbird's myth versus folklore connects to broader themes of cultural integrity and the preservation of indigenous heritage. By understanding the implications of folklore in this myth, we can gain deeper insights into how such narratives influence perceptions of Native American culture today. It highlights the importance of engaging with these stories ethically, ensuring that the voices of indigenous communities are central to how their myths are represented and retold. Thus, this point serves as a crucial intersection between historical understanding and contemporary cultural discourse, influencing how the dark histories and lore of the Thunderbird are interpreted and respected in the present day. The myth of the Thunderbird, often entwined with Native American folklore, is an intriguing blend of cultural stories and modern embellishments. The Thunderbird is typically depicted as a giant bird capable of creating thunder with the beat of its wings and lightning with its eyes. This mythical creature is deeply rooted in various Native American traditions, symbolizing power, strength, and protection. However, the notion of folklore arises when these authentic myths are distorted or exaggerated, often by non-native individuals, leading to misinterpretations and cultural misappropriations. The significance of distinguishing folklore from genuine lore is crucial, as it sheds light on the importance of preserving cultural integrity and understanding. By recognizing the embellishments added over time, we can better appreciate the rich cultural heritage of Native American tribes and avoid perpetuating inaccuracies that disrespect their traditions. Delving into this topic allows for a deeper engagement with the original mythologies and challenges us to become more conscientious learners and storytellers. A notable example of folklore is the popularized image of a thunderbird that can lift whales from the ocean, a detail not present in traditional native stories but commonly cited in modern retellings. Another instance can be found in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when non-native writers and collectors often adapted native myths to suit their narratives or publishing needs, creating legends that were more palatable or sensational for Euro-American audiences. Supporters of highlighting these distinctions argue that it is essential for historical accuracy and cultural respect. They emphasize the need to give voice back to the native communities who own these stories. However, challenges arise in differentiating authentic lore from folklore, as centuries of oral tradition and external influences can blur these lines. Some might argue that all stories evolve naturally over time, and that folklore is simply a modern extension of this evolution. Conversely, others emphasize the harm caused by cultural misappropriation and the perpetuation of stereotypes. This point connects to broader discussions about cultural appropriation, authenticity, and the responsibilities of modern storytellers. It underscores the importance of engaging with original sources and collaborating with Native communities to ensure accurate and respectful representation. By addressing the dark history and lore behind the Thunderbird myth, we are not only preserving cultural integrity, but also fostering greater cross-cultural understanding and respect. Such an approach encourages audiences to critically evaluate other aspects of cultural myths and narratives they encounter, promoting a more nuanced appreciation of diverse cultural heritages. The concept of historical context and origins in relation to the myth of the Thunderbird in Native American folklore involves delving into the roots and evolution of this mythical creature within indigenous cultures. The Thunderbird is a legendary creature, often depicted as a powerful bird unassociated with storms and thunder. It holds a place both as a deity and a protector in various Native American tribes' folklore, symbolizing power and strength. The significance of exploring its historical context lies in understanding how these narratives were shaped, transformed, and at times misunderstood or misrepresented, leading to what is now sometimes referred to as folklore. The importance of this point is its role in elucidating how colonial interpretations and expansions sometimes distorted authentic indigenous myths, creating a folklore that amalgamates true native stories with misconceptions or embellishments. This misrepresentation contributes to a broader cultural misunderstanding and the erosion of authentic indigenous narratives. To illustrate this, consider the original stories from the Plains tribes, like the Sioux, who viewed the Thunderbird as a spiritual guide, integral to their cultural rituals and identity. Another example is the Pacific Northwest tribes, such as the Kwakwaka'wakw, who incorporated the Thunderbird in their totem poles, indicating its significance in clan lineage and spiritual beliefs. These applications show the diverse interpretations and the widespread importance of the Thunderbird across various tribes. Supporters of preserving true indigenous lore argue that understanding the historical context is crucial for cultural integrity and respect. They emphasize the need to distinguish genuine stories from those that have been altered or inaccurately portrayed by outside influences. However, challenges arise in differentiating between authentic folklore and folklore, as historical records are often incomplete or interpreted through a colonial lens. Controversies may also stem from the tendency to romanticize or homogenize diverse native cultures into a single narrative, overlooking the nuances and unique elements of each tribe's stories. This point connects to other aspects of the main topic by influencing how the Thunderbird is perceived today, affecting both cultural appreciation and education. By contextualizing its origins, we gain a more profound respect for indigenous cultures and a clearer understanding of how myths evolve in response to external influences. This knowledge is critical in fostering an informed dialogue about cultural preservation and the dangers of cultural appropriation, ensuring that the stories of the Thunderbird and other mythical entities remain as close to their original form as possible in public consciousness. The myth of the Thunderbird, while often associated with Native American culture, is a complex tapestry woven from genuine indigenous beliefs and modern interpretations often referred to as folklore. In its original context, the Thunderbird is a powerful supernatural creature, often depicted as a giant bird associated with storms, lightning, and thunder. It is revered across various indigenous cultures, such as the Algonquian, Sioux, and others, symbolizing strength, protection, and divine authority. However, in the realm of folklore, the myth has been commercialized and distorted, often stripped of its cultural roots and used to fuel sensational stories or entertainment without respect for its origin. This point is significant as it highlights the broader issue of cultural appropriation and the misrepresentation of indigenous narratives. The transformation from authentic myth to folklore exemplifies how powerful symbols can be misunderstood or exploited when removed from their cultural context. For instance, in popular media, the Thunderbird has been depicted as a cryptid similar to Bigfoot, often featuring in folklore-themed TV shows or novels that prioritize mystery over cultural accuracy. Another example can be seen in modern branding, where the Thunderbird is sometimes used as a logo or mascot, focusing on its perceived exoticness rather than its cultural significance. Opinions supporting the need to preserve the cultural integrity of the Thunderbird myth argue that it is essential to distinguish between genuine folklore and its commodified versions. Indigenous scholars and activists often emphasize that reclaiming and correctly portraying these stories is crucial for cultural preservation and respect. However, Challenges arise from deeply embedded stereotypes and the pervasive nature of misrepresentation in media. Some people argue that modern retellings are a form of cultural exchange or evolution, but this view is controversial as it often neglects the power dynamics and historical oppression faced by indigenous peoples. This discussion connects to broader themes of cultural heritage and identity, emphasizing the importance of understanding and respecting the origins of myths like the Thunderbird. It influences how we interact with, share, and represent cultural stories, urging a more conscientious approach. By acknowledging the dark history and lore surrounding these myths, we can foster a more respectful dialogue and appreciation for indigenous cultures, ensuring that their voices and stories remain authentic and undistorted.